Hey Leos, welcome to your stress relief reading where we'll take a peek at what's bugging you and see how we can make it better. So we're going to start by pulling a couple of oracle cards just to see what overall energy is surrounding this reading for you. And the first card that flipped out for you is Leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. And let's pull another. See what else is floating around my Leo collective for their stress relief reading. Okay. And we have war and battles. All right. So, Leo, the first thing that's standing out to me is that you may be going through a little bit of a rough patch. Perhaps you're one of the lucky ones and you're starting to come out with it, but it's almost as if there's some tension, a little bit of fight that's brewing around you. And the thing of it is that the energy so far in this reading doesn't feel negative at all, but it does feel a little bit stressful. It feels a little bit anxious, where it's just like, you know what, I got to get out of this. I have to get out of this. And so with the Leap card, it's like you go first, the universe will catch you. It feels as though whatever this situation is that's causing this tension, that's causing this stress or anxiety, it's not going to be resolved from the other person's side. It's going to be up to you making the choice, making a decision to take some sort of action. Now, whether this action is sort of in the form of talking to someone else and trying to come to some sort of resolution, whether it's walking away from a person or situation, there's some action that you likely need to take in order to alleviate some of this stress and tension that's happening in this situation. But let's get into some tarot and see if we can pull some additional messages for you. So we're going to start by taking a look at where this stress is coming from. What's at the root of what's happening? Okay, Eight of Pentacles. So for a lot of my Leos out there, this could be work related, because the Eight of Pentacles is really about that grind. It's about putting in that work. It's someone who is very diligent in sort of perfecting their craft, building a solid reputation in whatever it is that they do to earn money. So let's see if we can clarify that a little bit further. What's at the root of my Leo collective stress right now? We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So when the Seven of Cups is upright, it really sort of represents having options. It's having choices that need to be made. It can also be about illusions. So having this card in reverse, it feels as though you are in a place, especially combined with the Eight of Pentacles, that when it comes to your work life, you feel stuck. It's almost as if you're thinking like, damn, I do not know what to do here. Like there's nothing that I can do. It almost feels as though there are some things that are happening when it comes to the way that you earn money that is sort of leaving you feeling stifled, almost like you're suffocating. And so what you thought maybe would make you happy, what you thought would earn you more money, is not actually turning out to be what it is that you thought. So it could be a situation where you took on a new job and you thought that you were going to be doing one thing, and you get in there and it's like completely different. And it's like, wait, this isn't what I signed up for. Like, can I do something different? Is there something else that I can do? And it's like, no, you can't. Or, you could have started a job and maybe there has been some changes that have been made, that it's like, what you thought was good for you initially is no longer what you thought it was. And it's leading to some tension. It's leading to some unhappiness right now. So how can you deal with this stress? What is it that you can do to cope? We have the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is a very defensive card. It's someone who is sort of protecting their position. It's someone who is standing their ground. It's almost like someone who kind of lays down a gauntlet and is like, you know what? This is what it is. This is absolutely what it is. And we have that clarified by the Six of Cups. And so what it feels like is there's going to be a need for you to protect yourself against these changes. So maybe that involves talking to a supervisor, coming up with a proposal to, sort of do things a little bit different and being able to justify like, hey, why did we change the way that we used to do things? Because this is what we're doing now is inefficient. It's not working for anyone. This is what we should do. These are the reasons why. So it feels as though there's a need for you to, I think, be a little bit bold and articulate why whatever this new situation is not working out for you. Present some options to be considered and stand behind them. So I do feel like there's probably a little bit of openness. Chances are, if you're feeling like this in your workplace, then there are probably other people who are feeling that way too. So maybe coming up with some creative solutions, being bold and taking that leap of suggesting changes that may be beneficial for you and whatever organization you're working in could be super, super helpful for you right now. So what lesson are you learning through all of this? We have the Five of Wands. This is another defense card. This is a fighting card. And so I think that the lesson that you're taking away from this is that you are stronger than you give yourself credit for. That you do have the ability to stand up for yourself. You have the ability to advocate for yourself. And it's almost like, who do you think I am? You think you're going to roll over me? You think I'm just going to sit here and take this? I think not. Absolutely not. And we have the Judgment card in reverse. So this is you not sort of making a knee-jerk reaction and saying, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm done. I don't like the way things are. But not having had that conversation, not having presented alternative perspectives or different points of view or other options. So I do think that this is you being very, very thoughtful and fighting for what it is that you believe in when it comes to your job, when it comes to the environment that you're working in. So important lesson, because at many, many points in our lives, whether it's our professional life or our personal life, we're going to be in a place where we have to stick up for ourselves. And sometimes it can be a little bit uncomfortable opening our mouths. It could be, a little bit stress inducing, a little bit anxious, but it's not going to be any worse than staying in a situation that is not beneficial for you. So something that you're not seeing clearly right now, we have the Six of Wands in reverse, and let's see if we can clarify that, because the Six of Wands is the victory card. It's really about being affirmed. It's about being acknowledged and celebrated by the people that are around you. So let's see if we can clarify that Six of Wands. Okay, so this is brilliant. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Six of Wands in reverse. Now, the Four of Pentacles, when it's upright, is about holding back. It's about keeping things to yourself. It's about not really sharing with other people. And so it feels as though not doing that is keeping you from being heard. It's keeping you from being acknowledged. So the longer that you stay in the Four of Pentacles upright energy, the longer you are going to be in the Six of Wands reversed energy. So there's a need right now to let go. There's a need for you to open up, to be candid, to advocate for yourself. Because right now, you're sort of being run over. You're not being acknowledged. You're not being affirmed, because whoever's in charge, whoever you're working with, doesn't know. So I think that, that's what you're not necessarily seeing right now. So again, this is going to have to be action on your part, because whoever is around you is kind of blind. They're working a little bit dumb right now. They just have no idea that there's this tension, that there's this stress going on. So how can you alleviate this? How can you sort of avoid this in the future? We have the Five of Pentacles upright that really sort of, it represents a sense of lack, being on the outside looking in, not having enough. Let's see if we can clarify that. And we also have the Hanged Man. So this is seeing things from a different perspective. Yes, the Hanged Man can represent being in limbo, not making a decision, sort of being stuck in one place. But I think with the context and energy of your reading, Leos, this is you seeing things from a different perspective. So where you may see lack or how you may perceive that, there may be something different that you can bring to the table that can alleviate some of that stress. So not being afraid to speak your mind, or being afraid and doing it anyway, is going to serve you well going forward, at least in this particular situation. And I know that this is probably super specific to some of my Leos watching this, but something related to your money is not okay with you right now. And there are some changes that need to be made. They're not going to be made by anyone else until you speak up and offer up some suggestions. So, I think that, again, there's this anxious feeling around, this, around this reading. But remember who you are, Leos. You're the lion. You're the mighty, mighty lion. You're strong. You can do this. You can open your mouth and say some things. Absolutely. So let's pull another oracle card and see what little message Spirit has for you. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be, by Anne Karen. So you have to make a decision now, Leo. Are you going to be a person who just sort of goes along to get along, even though you're unhappy, even though you're stressed out, even though you're anxious? Or are you going to be that person who speaks up for yourself, who demands better, who is able to present an alternative, workable point of view? Are you going to be the one to take that leap? Because right now, it feels like you're under a lot of stress. And you could absolutely walk away. That could be your choice. But it does feel like there's another path forward if you simply start speaking up. So I guess now you have to choose whether or not you want to be that person who speaks up. So Leo, that's what I got for you guys. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.